Oh, the internet. Oh, the internet. Speaking of, I mean, obviously with technology, another thing I want to tell you about that's coming out is a new program coming to Canada. You may have heard of the one laptop per child idea. This idea is to get laptop in the hands of the poorest kids around the world. It's already in place in about 30 countries, and now it's coming to Aboriginal communities in this country. And the woman who's making it all happen is Belinda Stronach, and she joined us. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Excellent. What does it say about where we are, where we need this in this country?
Well, we do need it because, first of all, Aboriginal youth are by far our fastest growing young population in this country. And when you look at high school completion rates, they're less than half of non-Aboriginal youth. So that says we really need to focus on our young people. We need to focus on, I believe, education. And I brought you a gift. This is our laptop, and we hope to get it in the hands of every 6 to 12-year-old Aboriginal young person in this country.
And it's not just about giving them a computer. There's software on this?
Absolutely. So, I mean, first of all, as a parent, I could not imagine my children not having access to a computer, to the internet. You're out of the game already. So this is a modern educational tool that these young people will have. But we've had about 20 different partners, including BMO and Valet, that have not only contributed money, but also ideas and resources to have this laptop completely customized for the needs of Aboriginal kids. So we've worked with CAMH, Safe Water, drinking initiatives. There's a dancing program on there so you can get healthy.
Nice. Is it like DDR, Dance Dance Revolution kind of
dancing? It is that kind of thing. There's a maze program, artistic programs. Buffy St. Marie has contributed a great musical program to this that also teaches about geography and history.
I know that. I mean, obviously this is Wi-Fi ready, but the infrastructure in a lot of these communities is in a pretty tough state.
It's not always high-speed internet, but there is connectivity. They estimate in about 80% of the communities. So
you've been in the House of Commons, you've been in government, and there's this idea that if there was an actual will to do this, I mean, I applaud you and the corporate community for coming together to do this, because that's really what it is. But isn't a lot of this the responsibility of governments in a sense?
The government of Ontario has stepped up. They've prioritized education for Aboriginal kids. So I'm very proud to say that they're one of our partners. But absolutely, if there's a will to do something and to change it, you know, government has to be at the table as well. And we're working with various ministers' offices in the federal government to show them the merits of this program, and hopefully they will come on side in the future.
When you were in government, I'm sure you were, a lot of this stuff was brought towards you, maybe not the laptop idea, but did you get a sense that there was actually going to be an ability to do anything about this on a federal level?
There's always the ability, but the ability requires leadership. And the Aboriginal community, we're working very closely hand in hand with the Aboriginal leaders, with community leaders, with teachers, and they definitely want it. There's an estimate that there's about a $3,000 gap in funding per child, Aboriginal versus non-Aboriginal, because of disconnected provincial, federal programs. So that's a huge gap per student.
Well, one thing when Davis Guggenheim comes on, I want to talk to him about is the idea of benchmarks. And I've sort of figured out that 4 years, 8 years, you take a look at a student going through the system and you can kind of figure out the success rate. Because, you know, connectivity is an issue, but also, you know, this is kind of an early project here. What are your benchmarks for success going to be to see if this works?
We factor that into this program. There's a very rigorous measurement process. So our first phase is that there is a pilot of up to 5,000 units. We'll then collect the data with the communities, with the schools, and then we'll see where we have to evolve
what's the data going to show you?
Well, it's going to show us if it works. I mean, we already know that in the small tests that we've done and in the other, 2 million units that are out there around the world, students are more excited to go to school. They're very proud of these units. They get to own them. And when we go into a school, we saturate the entire school. So no student is made to feel like they don't have access or they're left out. So everybody gets one. They treat it as a very valuable item. They take care of it, even though it's almost indestructible. You can throw it against the wall. And they're very proud of it. They take it home to their parents. You can load 100 books onto this. It can be solar powered in certain circumstances. And they're really excited to go to school. And they learn. They love the paint program. They love the maze.
Don't throw it against the wall.
Don't throw it against the wall.
Don't throw it against the wall, okay, even though it appears away. Really nice to see you. Thank you very much.
Nice to see you, too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, up next, the guy really makes you think about global warming. Now makes you think about the education system. We'll build on some of this. The Wedding for Superman, Davis Guggenheim will be here right after this.